goes a little something like.
Hello, Literates. I'm Britt Ryderly, and welcome back to Writer's Ambition. For those of you who've been hanging in since episode 1, use a real one. And for those of you who just find my humble channel, welcome. We hope you stay a while. So this is the November HonesTEA vlog. Whoa, okay. I'm glad I didn't have to have no one hop on my head this month and ask me where it's at. We're here. You might have noticed from the thumbnail, we have another new mug, new me moment. I got this from a Christmas festival in my area. It's super cute. A Black woman made it. I was walking by and I was like, I'm done. Brittany, you're done. No more. You can't buy anything else. And then I saw this mug and I was like, after that, you can't buy anything else after that. After that, you have to leave. And it says, in a world of bookworms, be a book dragon. And so this is Travis, the book is Dragon. It was a trip I took with some friends from church. It was really, really great. It's always great to spend time with my sisters in Christ. I truly love them. And so we just drove a couple hours away to this festival. And so one of my church sisters named Travis, and I was like, this is perfect because it goes with the funky glasses situation. It's giving everything it's supposed to give. Okay. This is just black tea. I want y'all to know that I'm a creature of habit, and I won't apologize for it anymore. I'm just not going to. And it's not even like black tea on keto, because here's the thing about me and keto. We're done. Like, me and keto are truly, truly done. And that's just all I can say. I used to be like, oh, like y'all know, the last video I was like, we're gonna only put a little bit of here's what I've decided. Oh my gosh, I just realized that my camera is just like on some other stuff. Yeah, okay, it was leaned on a book, of course, so whatever. But anyway, although it was obscuring the mess of my couch that is blankets and a charger and an itinerary for when my parents come and visit me. Ignore all of those things. I would hardly call that mess. But we're done with the keto. We are. Now we are living keto adjacent. Hello. If you've made it even this far, go ahead and comment keto adjacent. We're living a keto adjacent lifestyle. I feel like y'all haven't seen my real nails in a long time. I like my nails very short, like very, very short, down to this. I need to actually shape them a little bit, but in my shaping, I will probably just cut them all the way down, like even more than they are. I like my nails super duper short. I find it, one, more efficient to just everything from putting on jewelry to typing. And I find it safer. I cut myself very easily. The funny thing is, when I am wearing my growing collection of press-ons, I don't cut myself because the edges, even I wear, my style is pointy. They're not sharp. It's a curved point. It's not abrasive. I don't cut myself when I'm wearing press-ons the way I do when I am not. But I'm giving my nails a break. I have some cuticle oil and vitamin oil on them. Just gonna give them a break for the rest of the week. I'm probably gonna put on this really, really cute press-on style that my friend in nail tech made for me on Friday. So y'all will see it if you are coming to my live Q&A in celebration of 500 subscribers. Yay! Thank y'all so much. Wow, a little bit over a year, and here we are, 500 strong. Thank you, Literates, and thank you to new Literates who are here joining. Gang. We love to see it. So anyway, we're keto adjacent, which is basically just low carb, and it's really working for me. So much so that I'm like, could it be that carbs are just a trick of the devil? I'm really starting to feel that way. I'm like, I was full of hot air. I was I literally am my body is shrinking, but it doesn't feel like I'm losing weight. It just feels like I'm just becoming aware that I always had this after meal bloatation going on where I was just like, whew, I'm really full, but it wasn't full. It was bloated. So I'm just like, wow, try it. Try a low carb diet, which is really just like heavy on protein, heavy on vegetables, and very discerning with your sugars. So, and it's going really well. I'm like, wow, I'm not as big as I thought I was when I'm not eating carbs. Like, cause I haven't been exercising a ton. I just don't have time right now, because that would be like leading to weight loss probably. But like, I don't feel like I'm losing weight. I just feel like my body is like, yeah, this is the size that we actually were under all of those carbs. So anyway, we're keto adjacent, we're low carb, loving it truly, because I'm still eating like a lot of the same meals. The biggest difference is how I prepare them and the sides. So for instance, I just had a burger from Wendy's the other day, but I had them wrap it in lettuce instead of a bun, and I didn't get fries. I came home and had a side of strawberries, and it was delicious, right? So it's just like, rather than having a burger with a bun, I have a burger with lettuce, which is still filling, but you know, the bun is the bread. You don't have that. You still get the meat, the vegetables, whatever, just no bun. And actually, I like it better that way. I'm like, wow, this is really good. And it was no extra charge. They were like, oh, just wrap it in lettuce, cool. And that was it. And then, like, so if I have like chicken, instead of having it with like rice, I'll have it with vegetables, or meatballs, same thing. Just have it with vegetables or a salad. It's not as difficult as I thought it was going to be. It really is just changing the way you prepare or serve some things, and then the sides that you eat it with. So I don't know. I'm telling you it because I feel like this is just revolutionary. But try it. If you're so inclined. But it's not that difficult for me anyway. So try it and see what you think. Let me know what you think. Okay. Anyway. HonesTEA goals. This is literally like, it's a monthly writing vlog, but it's also a like, what is Brit up to vlog? Welcome. So last month, the vlogs, and I usually tilt the camera enough for you to be able to see my handy dandy notebook. But not today. I'm already filming. I don't feel like adjusting it and moving around, and when I'm looking down, you're just going to have to use your imagination to know that I'm looking at my notebook, please. Okay, so my HonesTEA goals for October were to resume writing Tales of Eliza Black and to finish a full draft of the second chapter of my dissertation. And I did both. I'm almost done with Tales of Eliza Black. I'm so excited. For those of you who are really like day ones of this channel, you remember when I was like, yeah, I'm gonna share original content, and before it was poetry, it was Eliza Black. So you saw, like, you met Eliza Worth Black, you met Lazarus Gibson Baldwin, you met Belle Creed, like all of the people, you met them, and to see them move from like a serialized story to a novel, to that novel beginning to be gathered into a different form of storytelling, and then go into, oh, like I finished part 1, and oh, I finished part 2, and wow, like to almost be done now. Y'all can really appreciate how far this idea has come. I am over the moon. I really am so excited. And so I did resume writing it, and I did finish a full draft of my chapter 2 of my dissertation. So you did that. Now, the goals for my November are to finalize the query package for #FirstFantasy. So I did a, what did I call it? An HonesTEA snapshot. I really should just call it an HonesTEA shot. Get it? Like a little, even though I don't drink. But still, HonesTEA, a shot, next time. So I did an HonesTEA snapshot of DV Pit because I did DV Pit, and I don't know if that was, no, I didn't even think to make that a goal for my October HonesTEA, and we move. But I did DV Pit, got really, really great interaction on my tweets from other writers and readers. So thank y'all if you commented under or quote retweeted or whatever. Thank you so much for all of the engagement. I didn't get any like agent likes though. And so actually I did get one, but not that day. Like this, I got one like 3 days ago, and I've checked it out. And but I need to like ask around about this person. Like, hey, who are they? This agency looks newer, whatever. You know, we have to do our due diligence. But at that day, and for weeks after, because this literally just happened 3 days ago that I got this new like, I didn't have any agents who had liked my tweets, and I felt like the tweets that I put out this year were way stronger than my tweets from last year, and certainly the story is stronger. And you know, y'all have been here. I've done the We Need Diverse Books revisions workshop, gotten a couple of new critique partners who like read and fan in the genre. So like it's been all this stuff, and to have it not necessarily result in a change in DV Pit, I was really disheartened. I was discouraged. I felt away. All these things. And so I just uploaded that HonesTEA snapshot really quick to just share that, and to also share the poem, the reflection poem that I wrote that day about like how I sort of got over it and my relationship to my characters, and how I just was like, y'all are the bomb. Like, I still love you. I still love my characters in that story, and I'm not going to change them. And I do think it's important for people, for early career writers and writers who've been in the game, but whatever, I'll speak for myself, for early career writers to just like share all the ups and downs, and not just the like great announcements, because that makes the announcements sweeter. Like, I have played with the idea and thought about making changes to my characters that would make them more palatable, and changing the structure of my story in a way that's more conventional. And I am glad that I have critique partners who are like, why are we making this change? No, the story is good. Like, if they don't see it, it's not for them. But they also haven't read it. I read it. It's good. So it's really, really important. And Cache and I did a video in our Writerly Conversations a few months ago. Maybe it was June or July, on the importance of good critique partners. This is part of the importance of good critique partners, who, when they can tell you that you're spiraling, and to just be like, I hear you. That is so valid. And also, I'm telling you, it's good. And this is just part of the journey. Don't internalize it, and press on toward the mark. And that's it. And so I was really, really grateful to have Cache and other critique partners just really like hold me up in that moment. And it gave me some time to just sit back and be like, yeah, I worked hard on these characters. Their journeys make sense. And I will wait for the agent who sees that, right? Like, who's available to this story the way that I want to tell it. And not just the way I want to tell it. Because I think that one of the other things that has gotten me even more like, no, is that the choices of how this story is starting used to be arbitrary and is not anymore. And so now, even though I would recognize that the way my story starts is not conventional for like how we see the majority of stories start, like in a particular moment at a particular catalyst, there are other catalysts that can start a story. And even after reading all these craft books, I'm like, yes, got it. And this is why I'm starting this story here, even though I know convention says to start the story there, right? And so like I double down, even though I'm aware that like that could be an auto pass for some agents to start the story where I'm starting it. And like moments like DV Pit remind me about potential auto passes because of different things in my story. And I just spiral out into lots of other things. I'm just like, but this is not an arbitrary decision. If it was, then you could feel a way, but it's not. So stand in that. And So that is something else that is something else that happened in October that wasn't part of my goals, but man plans, God laughs, etc. So if you want to hear that poem, Reflections on DV Pit 2021, go ahead and look at it. I really liked that poem. I think it's very necessary and very honest. And thank you for y'all who engaged it and were like encouraging me even in the comments of that poem. Really, really appreciate all of y'all. Okay. All of which is to say, right? All of that happened in October. For November, I want to finalize the query package for #FirstFantasy because didn't get any likes from DevPit. But I'm going to cold query. That was always the plan. So it's fine. We're all good. And so I am working on the query letter. It is almost there. I'm so excited that it's almost there. And I'm working on the synopsis. And I also feel pretty good about that. And so I will see what those who are reading it and critiquing it for me have to say. But we're close. And I am planning on trying to send out my first round of queries, which is about 18 agents, in 2 weeks. So hopefully by the end of November, I can send it out and beat the holiday break. But inevitably, I'm not going to hear from some of these people again until at least January or February. And it is what it is, because I am working on Tales of Eliza Black, which takes us into my second goal for November, to finish Tales of Eliza Black. Now, that is a hefty goal, because I'm almost done. But I wanted to finish it in at least 10 chapters, and now I'm like, woo, 10 chapters. Not at least, sorry, at most 10 chapters. And now I'm like, woo, 10 chapters, that's too much. So I'm hoping to finish it in about 5 max. Just because of where we are, the places where some characters are, where I'm like, can we go any further in this story without more information that is supposed to come in book 2. So I'm like, all right, well, that handles that. You got to stop where you are and let's go to some other characters and we'll catch you in book 2. So all of the characters are getting to that point where it's like, we're going to have to park it right here, which is exciting. And so I have a goal to finish Tales of Eliza Black in this month. And even though my impulse is to be like, oh, I can't do that, I'm sort of making it my goal just so I can be like, so I can end it in 5 chapters, because that's what needs to happen. So I don't want to drag it out. So I'm just making myself finish it. And if I have to finish it in December, whatever, we're going to be gracious with ourselves. But that's the goal, is to finish it in November, by the end of November, with no more than 5 more chapters. And I finished writing chapter 22 last night, so I am on chapter 23. So no more than 28 chapters in this first installment. We gonna see how that works. I'm playing with a prologue, but that's already written because I wrote a sort of prologue that I was actually using as a sort of prequel short story when I was thinking of submitting it to Fire Lit magazine for one of their themes, but I ended up not. But I'm like, this is actually would be a really great prologue rather than a prequel short story. So I'm playing with that. It's 7 pages long. And it actually does provide some great context for the story and introduce some characters that we meet that when we meet them, when we hear their names, it'll have more an impact on the reader if you meet them a little earlier in the prologue. So I'm playing with that, but I'm not pressed about it because I just want to finish the story. But that's that. And then the third and final goal for November is to do a revision pass of the second chapter of my dissertation to tighten up the literary analysis. I was really just trying to get it all out there last month, and I did, and I'm really, really glad that I did. And now I just need to make sure that the literary analysis is tight, that it's not rambling, that it's not summary, right? All those different things. And so I am going to be sending it to one of my academic critique partners on Friday, Lord willing. So that assures that I will have to tighten all that stuff up by the end of the month, actually by the 19th. So have no doubt that I will finish that goal in plenty of time. So But anyway, that's that. Those are my November HonesTEA goals and just general reflections on October. So thank y'all for listening. If you have made it this far, please comment a greeting to my new friend Travis. The book is Dragon. Or anything else. If you did DVPIT, how did it go for you? If you have writing goals, once again, how did they go? Thank y'all for everyone who shared your writing goals with me last month. Love to hear about it. I'm still nosy, so feel free to share again. And in the meantime, and until then, y'all take care of your words, take care of yourself. Bye bye.